ADEROJU is back again, and this is the Bitter Sweet Life series. So today I am super excited because I am here with a couple. You know, love. Now you know that me, I love love. I love to hear love stories, and I'm here with this beautiful couple to share their love story because we are gonna learn.
I hope it's not in the hard way.
It's not in the hard way, but we are going to learn because since we want to love now, it's good. See, they both look alike. Can't you see? Anyways, please introduce yourselves.
Okay, my name is Mrs Medunoye. I'm a makeup artist based in Lagos. I am the beautiful wife to Mr. Medunoye.
Oh.
So I am Medunoye Falawole. I'm a researcher.
Okay.
That is it.
That's it. You are a husband.
Yes.
A father.
Yes.
The father of our kids.
Yes.
Our worry.
My friend.
So don't worry.
My everything.
You're everything.
Yeah.
So let's get to it. So because I am coming to meet you guys,
Okay.
I was thinking of so many things to ask. And I was just like, I don't want to come here and mess up. So I had to put down some questions.
Okay.
So that I would just be going one after the other.
Okay, let's have it.
So the first question is, how did you guys meet?
You want to go first?
How and where did you guys meet?
Okay, so our joining actually started from way back, not just now. We attended the same secondary school together. Yes, yeah. She used to be a junior, right? In a school where our mom and my dad were teachers. They were teaching in the same department, right? So we got to know each other as teacher's kids, you know, you understand? So sometimes when my father was taking me personal lesson, our mom was also taking a personal lesson, you know, in the same staff room. So I think that was when we had the avenue to talk, right? Although it was on a senior junior basis, yes.
Who was the senior, you or her?
Of course, now, as you can see.
So you was telling senior,
Yeah,
He
I
was the senior.
okay.
Yes.
And he's always very, very, very proud about it. I don't know.
Am I not this?
You are not my senior again, you are my husband. Sorry, I was a senior.
Of course, I was a senior, right? And sometimes I used to be very authoritative, like no nonsense senior.
Senior caller.
Yeah. So, do you want to say?
Yeah, so I was, like you mentioned, we were schoolmates in secondary school, and I was a junior, right? But not like junior like that.
You're very
I think it was 2 classes ahead of me. I wasn't stubborn. I was a cool, calm, collected girl.
Well, I know,
And
maybe 2 years, just 2 classes.
and I was just like 2 or 3 classes max.
I know
Ahead of me, right? He and my elder brother were like in the same set.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I really did not have any close relationship with him, aside from the fact that we were teachers' children, right? So if we ever met, it was probably in the staff room together or something.
So you guys started dating when you were in secondary school?
No, we didn't start dating when we were in secondary. Let me take this one. We didn't start dating when we were in secondary school. Like I said, it was just a senior. It was just on a senior junior basis. As a matter of fact, when we left secondary school and I started my business online, he used to reach out to me on Facebook to tell me that he sees my work, I'm really doing well, and that I'll be the one to make up for his wife. Do you understand? Like he was going to book me to do his whenever he wants to marry in the future, he will book me to do the bridal, for the bride. And I was like, no problem with that. It will be a pleasure and all of that. Do you understand? So that was it. Up until I think in 2021, I think that was when I had my accident. You know, I have a studio at I used to own a studio at Ajala, a makeup studio at Ajala, and I just freshly came out of an accident. So that day he was just passing by in front of my studio and he saw Titi Oge Glam and the name rang a bell. And I was like, this Titi Oge looks like somebody that I know. So he came into the studio. He came into the studio that day. I was like, you know me, like you look familiar, but I can't really remember. Now said, "Are you not Mrs. Ajayi's daughter?" And I said, wait, Senior Kola.
Senior Kola.
So yeah, that was it in 20.
So you guys reconnected in 2021.
Yeah, we became friends in 2021, right? And along the line, we enjoyed each other's company.
So I think there was a detail that we actually missed. So I said I was a no nonsense senior. So I could remember when I think I was in the university then, and she messaged on Facebook. I was like, and she said she typed Kola, not only Kola. She typed it in capital letter. And it used to be like this person is even shouting my name.
I'm always like, we already left school. I can't be calling you Senior Kola.
Because the question that will come to my mind is, did I post you? You will like repeat it. So I was like, let me know. So she changed it to Kola. So when we reconnected in 2021, so she used to go Uncle Kola. And so one day she now asked me a question: are you okay with this Uncle Kola, or should I just call you by your name? I was like, baby, look, Coco feel at baby.
Oh, that's a very beautiful one.
Yeah.
So, what got you attracted to her?
What happened?
Because for a very long time you were seen as junior.
Yeah.
Titi, my younger sister. So there was a point that all those things changed. So what got you attracted to her? Come.
So what?
Say it.
So the thing is, I've been following her quite a long time, right? Been seeing her progress, you understand, her resilience. You just feel like, oh, I used to know this person, and this person is making conscious effort, and she was getting beautiful, and you be like, So that was just checking through Facebook, you understand. Then we not reconnected. So just like she said, because I already saw her as a beautiful woman, right? So at that point when I was coming back from work, I was just going home and I saw her assignment and I was like, Titi, this is CTO. I went there to say and I think I was with my friend. A lot of my friends was even thinking it was not that serious, but I was the one that knew that it was going to be a serious affair.
I am going to marry you.
So there was this video that she did then, and I think she was vibing to Tope Alabi song. She now turned her back and was
come on.
I was like, you so then I moved close to her. We became very good friends. We enjoy each other's company, like hanging out with each other, right? And when you see somebody that is very hardworking, right, has features that you actually want in a woman, so you know this is the one, right? So it was not as if it was pre-planned. It was something that happened,
just came naturally.
No, unplanned, spontaneous, right? So but that was how, without diluting or mixing words, right? That was
how about you?
Okay, so like I said, I just freshly came out of an accident when I met my husband. He used to be very helpful. Oh my god. Like I was literally like handicapped for like 6 months.
Wow.
I could not use one of my hands. This hand in particular, the hand was like there was nothing. There was no signal in the hand, nothing. So I only had one hand left. He used to come by to my studio anytime I have a client and I need to tie gele. I will tie with one hand. My husband will help me hold. My friend back then, he would come around, he will help me to hold clients gele. He will help me tie, he will help me knot. If I need to go out to work, he would come along with me. It is not now he started going to work with me, because people always like, they admire the way my husband used to come with me to work and all of that. And it's not like he does not have his own job, but he always make time to say, this babe, let me help her. So I really loved that this person had my interest at heart. The fact that he was caring towards me, do you understand, is a natural. I mean, I just, you understand. So nǹkan tí mo really fọ́ fún nìyẹn.
That's
Yes, it was really helping, it was helpful. Then also it would, before I mentioned that something was very inconveniencing to me, you know, if I didn't have anything, just show up with it and be like, I just noticed you mentioned something like this and I think you need this, and then you will buy it. It was really sweet. In fact, no.
Senior
So
caller.
that was what attracted. So beyond being, you know, beyond physical features, because of course he's a very handsome, you know,
I
young
can see
man.
that.
Okay.
Yeah. So beyond physical features, beyond you know, beyond material things, I think I fell for, it's very important that you choose somebody that when, you know, when things are down, this,
always
you know,
there
that
for
this
you.
person is going to stand by you through and through. Because I have a history of a parent who is, you know, partially handicapped also.
Okay.
And then I've seen how my father treats her, I've seen how he nurtures her, I've seen how he cares for her. So I would not settle for anything lesser than this. So there's like a standard beyond materialistic standard. There's a level of standard that I have to find a man, and I didn't even need to find him. Do you understand?
He
He
came
found
to
me, and
you.
it came so natural, and you know, I was like, no, he has to be the one.
Aww.
Right?
Right,
Oh,
right.
I love that. So, what was your first date like?
Can I remember? Okay, so because we have had series of moments when we, and I can't really place. Do you remember?
I think the first time we went on a date was it. I think it was when we went to Javelin, I guess.
Good. So that's because we started as friends. So as friends, when you go out, you can't really say that was your first date.
Because you're always going together.
Do you understand? So you can't really say that was your first date. But I think the day we had like a proper date and we really spoke about being intentional about this relationship and everything. I think he asked me out to, you know, to lunch at a restaurant in Ikeja. So, you know, and it was, I think that was like one of the best moments of my life, because we had deep discussions, you know, at the restaurant, and even coming back home in the Uber. I remember we were having conversations, like future conversations, things that we really wanted to happen in our lives. Okay, if we are going to do this, what and what should we expect from you? What kind of partner do you want? Just, am I the kind of partner that you want, and all of that? So I can say that was probably our future, our first date, and it was a very productive one. Very, very, yeah.
Okay, this one.
Okay.
I think I already have my answer, but I really want you guys to hear the answer too. In what ways are you most alike?
Are we alike?
Because I think physically they look alike.
No.
So, in what way do you think you're alike?
Okay, I'll go first. To me, I think when you talk about magnets, I think maybe positive attracts negative or something. But you see, in this case, I feel like, because personally I don't like to like blow my trumpet too much, but I know that I'm a kind-hearted person, I'm a good person, right? I mean, I may not be, I'm not a terrible person,
but
yeah,
you are,
right? So and I know I have a heart towards empathy, and I've seen that my husband also has that kind of quality, right? Do you understand? Like, we are very empathetic in nature. We are people who express empathy a lot. So I don't think there's anybody that is like entirely terrible among both of us. So I can say we are very much alike when it comes to empathy. Then when it comes to caring for each other, you know, there are some relationships where you're only feeling, one person is just giving it
more than the other
person. I think in our case it's very balanced.
Okay.
Right? I don't know if it feels that way, but me, I personally feel like, you know, when you're not craving, when you're not begging for love, when you naturally can feel that this person loves me, this person cares for me, and I don't think he's in a situation where he also feels like he has to beg for my love or my attention or anything. I feel like we are both balanced in. I mean, it's like a give and give. It's not like a give and take situation. Do you understand? So I think we are like very alike in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are going to say
yeah. So for me, I think what another thing we actually have in common is probably the way we give each other support.
Okay.
Right. Just like she said earlier on, oftentimes I always see to make sure that I support her in her job and make her job less stressful. And a couple of times when I go for my job too, I always have my wife as my assistant, right? Especially when I want to do probably video documentary at work and all that. So she's always there to hold cameras, to give me ideas of how I can shoot, because she's also very good with content creating.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so I think we actually, it's like we actually love supporting each other and want each other, want one of us to grow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a very good one. Husband, support your wife.
Yes.
Wife, support your husband.
Yes, so it goes both ways.
So this question, let me just keep it for now.
Okay.
Let's go to this game section.
Okay.
This one is not funny.
Not
Yeah.
I want to know.
Okay.
I want to do apropos. I want to know.
Okay, bring it on.
So who said I love you first?
My husband.
I always say it every day.
Oh,
No, he even said it first.
I always say it.
He said, I think he said it first. Did you?
Yes, I said
Yeah, he
it
said
in my
it
sitting
first.
room now.
really?
Yes.
In your
No,
sitting room, so
I
you
said-
can't remember?
No, I said on call. I said
We are
it.
on call, so he said it.
Then the next day she said I should say it before. I said it.
Yes,
So-
I asked that. Did you really mean that thing you said?
That he
on
said
the phone?
yesterday.
Oh, yeah, say it in my presence again, and he said it.
So when he said it over the phone, how did you feel?
I paused first, like this one is new. Do you understand? Because we've been friends. So
You
hearing
didn't
I
see it
love you from a
coming.
friend, you understand? So I paused. I was like, I already didn't hear what I said. I said I heard. So the following day, I wanted to be sure that I heard clearly. That's why I said, oh yeah,
Say it again.
Let me know that
Don't
You
say
really- you really said it.
So
That was it.
who apologizes first after an argument?
My husband.
Good man, no?
It's not about the issue of apologizing. Is not about saying I'm sorry and the other party does not say I'm sorry. Right? It's just having communication, right?
Yeah.
Right. You have communication about understanding what actually led to the conflict in the first place,
Exactly.
and you need to take responsibility.
So yeah.
There is a need for you to take responsibility for. Because I always believe that for every action there must be a reaction. Yes. So it takes two to tango. So if there is a conflict, that means you have two party responsible. So no matter how minute your contribution is to that conflict, you need to say you apologize. And of course, I'm a leader in this marriage, right?
Yeah.
So I have to act in a way to tell her how to act towards me too, right? So sometimes you just don't say you have to apologize. Sometimes when you act it, she understands that, oh, if I'm not saying if I'm not apologizing, it's not as if I'm being egocentric, right? It's just because probably I'm hot, right? So sometimes she will also come to say, so she didn't know I'm sorry. So you understand?
Yeah.
But if I find it very difficult to apologize first, to set an example, it might be very difficult for her to always come to say I'm sorry. So,
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So who spends more money?
I mean, I don't know. No.
Everything you.
No.
I think we
So
spent
in this
together.
house, right, there is no my money, right?
Your money.
So whichever money is available for spending,
You spend.
yes,
Yeah, good.
But I think he spends more money,
of course,
right?
Now you.
yes.
His own money no, our money. His money is my money.
Your money.
So our
Your money come.
first. My money is still our money.
Good.
But his money first. Then before he even come to me to say, babe, is because John as I has exhausted the hair, so that's it.
So who is the better listener?
I think my husband listens more.
Because we listen, we don't judge.
You don't judge. We listen, we don't
Yes,
judge.
I think he listens more. I talk a lot. I do a lot of talking. He talks too. He talks too. So I think he just go. Yes, like it goes both ways. When my husband is talking like this, he wants you to pay attention. If my husband is talking and you don't pay attention, he will just go quiet, and you not be like, I'm listening. I'll be like, you are not paying attention. I'm not saying. So he's somebody that also craves attention. He needs you to listen. So I think it goes both ways. Yes.
So who is the better cook? I've tasted your food, but I don't know about you. So who is the better cook?
Is it who is the better cook or who does most of the cooking? Because I don't really know.
It's not about cooking, no.
Okay.
It's about who cooks better.
Who cooks better?
Yes. Food that is delicious. That you say,
My husband is a great cook.
Why are you blushing?
I'm also a great cook.
I don't know why is she answering the question diplomatically?
Go straight to the point. Who is the better?
I don't want to go straight to the point. I don't want to go straight to the point, but I know we are both great cooks. But my husband cooks very well. Me, I don't really understand my cooking. I can make a meal now, it will be very delicious. When you tell me to come and try it again, it will just, I don't know, it will,
depending on your
it will
mood.
look as if I was not the one that made that delicious one. But my husband is stable. He used to be a caterer now, Shebi.
Really?
Yes, I used to before.
What's the name of that your
I don't want to mention it because there's a brand that has.
it doesn't matter now. Mention it.
Then it was item 7 food. I know
Item 7.
item 7 in
Yes, in Ibadan.
Yeah.
So I used to have a business like that where I cook for people that need my service. Yes.
Like
so
parties,
yes, I actually used to do that. And there was a time that my parents had a canteen that I was managing for them. So I just like cooking, right?
Okay. So is the better cook.
So since you talk a lot, who is most likely to get in trouble with the police? Or agbero, or outside? Who is most likely to get in trouble?
I think it's me. I don't know.
Are you sure?
Wait, no, I think it's my husband. You know why? Because me, fine, I talk, but about the pay kawa ma ja were. I used to take the back seat. My husband used to drag the police. Sometimes I always want to tell him that these people are carrying guns. You can't be dragging with people that are carrying arms and the lights. He will be dragging with them. You will be killing. If we are inside Danfo together and maybe conductor does anyhow to me, especially if that thing is about me, maybe somebody speaks rudely to me or anything, if you want to fight, he will be like, what do you mean? Don't you have a woman at all? So I think he's most likely to get in trouble because I have mouth, but my mouth, reach here like this. When it comes to trouble, I used to understand that this is trouble.
Let me run.
So I think I would just have to put a disclaimer out there. It's not as if I'm a troublemaker, right? But one thing about me is that I don't like being treated anyhow just because you have power. I hate it. Why growing up, if you ask me when I was even in junior secondary school what I wanted to become, it was not a profession. I used to say I want to be a human rights activist. But just because I have an African mom that will say protest in London, and they will lock the hair. So that was the reason I've been a little bit calm, you understand. But then, I used to think I think the only she said I used to drag with police. But the only thing she saw was I think a friend I invited us for a birthday party at Radisson at a place, right? So we went there. We were going and they stopped the boat we took, and I was like, okay, normal thing, maybe they want to check the papers. That was how they left the boat, and they said my wife should step down. They said me too, I should step down. I was like, no, they said I should open my purse. Before I know, the police was already putting his hand in my purse. Hey God, Action.
He shouldn't have done that.
Kai. I don't know what came on me that day. I lost it to them. They said I participated in NSAS. I said, if I participate in NSAS, what's your business? Like, am I under arrest? Why are you doing all this? They said, what is my job? Because then, I used to think it's only Yahoo boy they always around. So it was at that point I noticed that they just don't like people dressing good.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, I was so furious that day. Like, even the Uber driver was like, because I didn't see the gun. I was not seeing the gun, but I was just angry that why would you stop me and you are putting your hand inside my purse? What do you want to plant there? That was the question I was asking him. Right? So it's not as if I'm a troublemaker. But then when it comes to my rights, right? You don't trample upon it.
So who is more fashionable?
Yes, she's.
Aww.
She's the fashionista.
Aww.
I am our stylist. I styled the both of us.
Yes.
Even this outfit you are wearing now.
You
This
styled
color, I styled it.
Okay, I think you said
Please, let's talk about
No, I style like I always style us now.
But I'm not bad with fashion too, right? Yes, I'm not bad with fashion. I recognize good outfit when
and
I
the
see
question
one.
they ask is that
who is more fashionable?
If I dress anyhow to your studio, you'll not say yes.
You're not
Yes, nah. But she's more fashionable. Yeah.
Okay, so who spends more time in the toilet?
Please give me my award. Is there a trophy?
Serious?
1 hour. Yes, nah.
I think that's for men now.
Men will came on. If I enter the toilet in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, I'm out.
Oh my god.
Give me the toilet.
I spend more time in the toilet too.
Really?
Yes.
I mean,
I used to beg her to come out of the toilet. Like, come out now.
Like, you will be with your phone or what?
Yes. I sometimes with my phone. And even if I don't go with my phone, I spend more time in the toilet. I just like to take my time a lot.
That's very good one.
Yes, now.
No.
So, who is likely to stay?
Oh my god.
As it conducive. So, who is likely to stay in bed all day?
So that question, I know she wants to say herself, but then I would not want to answer in that manner, right? Because it depends. If you want to calculate it, you feel like, okay, how many hours do we spend in bed? She is a type that always she always work sometimes all through the night editing videos and all that. And me, because about the 10 o'clock, I'm on the bed because I need to work the next day. And you also need to understand that the nature of our job is quite different, right? She's our job requires her to work most often on weekends.
Yeah.
Me, I'm a 9 to 5 person, so I won't say she stay up. Of course, I always leave her in bed and I go to work, but then that doesn't mean that she always stays in bed.
So who is more likely to forget where they put their phone?
I think it is me.
So you're forgetful?
It's not as if I'm forgetful, but I'm not. Sometimes I don't hold my phone, so sometimes I might forget. She's a business person. Her business is on Instagram. She's always conscious of her getting messages on Instagram and all. So she's always stick glued to her phone. But sometimes I might just feel like,
just drop my phone somewhere.
Yeah.
This question is very funny to me.
Okay.
Because I don't know what I was thinking while I did this thing.
Bring it on.
So who is more likely to talk in their sleep?
I'm trying.
Do you know
Yes?
Do you know that lately too, my husband is most likely to. Do you know that? Okay, so
no.
I'll give you a scenario, right? I also think that there are some things I don't used to do before when I married my husband.
What happened?
Wait first, because he does it, me too.
You're now doing it.
What happened?
Yesterday, so because I've been up yesterday from 3 a.m. working, right? So when I got a breather to rest, because the bride I went to work for, she went to church. So, there was time between church and reception for me to rest before she comes back for touch up. I was lying down in, on the bed,
Mm.
coupled with the hairstylist and then, some of our assistants there. I noticed that I was talking, and I'm
Why
sure I was
sleeping?
gibberish I was saying. I noticed that I was saying nonsense in my sleep, and those people, they were not really engaging. So when I woke up, I kind of like felt embarrassed that, Titi, when did you start sleep talking like this? Do you understand? Because I knew in my subconsciousness that
You were saying some
yes,
things.
I was sleep talking. So both of us, let me just don't lie now. And if you had asked this question last week, I'll tell you I don't talk in my sleep. I'm very demure when sleeping. I don't talk sometimes. So I think
What
it's just
today?
once
Well,
once in a while.
But
we want
you
to talk.
and
No,
try.
you not even.
And
My elder brother used to even laugh at me sometimes if they wake me up like this. I'll just see
yeah, so
another
the
thing.
thing with my husband is when he goes to sleep, just leave him, let him go and sleep. Don't disturb him. The moment you enter the room and say, babe, how far, Shoti Suni, something like that, he will now talk. But that thing that he will say, it will not really
Tally
make
with
sense. That's
what we
because
asked.
you are distraught. Do you understand what's going on in his sleep? So I think that's what used to cause that sleep. I'm sure that one of them spoke to me that yesterday. That was why
And
he
you
said
replied,
that.
but
Yes,
okay. So who is more likely to start an argument?
me now.
You now, as if it's a normal thing.
It's me.
It's not as if I'm not good with argument. Oh.
Mm.
So the thing about, I don't want to say the thing about marriage before they say biology marriage or give advice.
Please, oh.
Please give advice. So
Give
even people
advice, so it's
that
not
married
easy,
last
oh.
weekend, they are
Ah.
giving us
The thing-
advice on
it's not
social
easy,
media.
oh.
The thing about marriage is not about marriage, about relationship. Let me put it that way. Is that there is a need for you to study your partner, right? Yeah. She is somebody that argues a lot, but
I know.
she is learning. Honestly, she's actually learning because I argue. Anybody that lives in the compound I used to live when I was in school, we talk with facts.
You have to listen to me.
Yes,
Let me make
we
my
always
point.
we always bring our phone like this. I remember then when myself and used to argue in school politics. Oh, we be like, why is you come by? With evidence, you understand? With evidence. So I like to argue a lot, but then noticing that I am with somebody that also argue, there is a need for me to do what?
Step down.
Step down. Do your show.
Yoruba people used to say, "Tírin bá kọrin, ìkan máa tẹ̀ fún kan."
Yes, there is a need for me to step
They're
down.
actually very
The reason-
common in so
My
many ways.
after I finished my degree, my daddy told me to go back to school to go and study law, right? Just because he knew that I am good with arguing, bringing facts and all that. So I argue too, but
He
then
doesn't argue blindly. Let's put it that way. This ones, they
Argue with
facts,
sense.
with sense and everything.
so
yeah.
and you understand that when it comes to relationship argument, people and husband and wife, they are always arguing from different points of view.
Yeah.
Why woman can be emotional when arguing,
Are you men who be
a man will be logical, right?
Logical, yeah.
Man will want to be bringing facts. Woman will just be like, do you know how it makes me feel? I don't. It's not about how it makes me feel. You do what's
I can
happening.
relate.
Do you understand
Oh
what
yeah,
I'm
tell me
saying?
sorry.
So in
That
situations
agree.
like that, I just keep quiet, understand her own point of view. And that was really, she said, I listen a lot. It's not as if I can't talk,
you
but
can't
yes, I have to
judge.
listen. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So, what is your take on a third party staying in your matrimonial home?
staying
We've had this conversation before.
third party. By third party, what do you mean by?
Maybe
Relative,
family,
relative,
friends.
We've had the conversation before, right?
Let me tell you, truth be told, I'm not my what I think. Let me be the one to.
Okay.
So you see, one thing about family is that it depends on the kind of family you are coming from and the kind of situation, right? If I didn't mean I have a younger sibling now, it might be very difficult for me to say it because it might be like, don't say it. But I'm the last one of my family, right? And I feel like family staying with you is not really good, right? Because I've had situations in the past, not in my marriage, but I've observed situations in the past where family always feel like they are not treating my children well. You will see younger probably cousins say, "Yawo, invitation come by," and what that will actually inject into your marriage is going to be toxic. because I don't know, I think people just have this entitlement that wives can be talked to anyhow, you understand, and they cannot say their own part. So it's just best that you leave your family, especially if you are a young couple. You just leave it, let it be both of you, right? It is good they can come in 3 days, let them leave. It's not as if you are coming with traveling bag. I want to you want to spend 1 month, 2 months, you understand. There is this thing that it always brings into marriage. Disrespect will creep in. Honey, okay, Loretin doom. Get me by. So so if they are close to you, they see your strengths, they see your weakness, they see the good part, they see the bad part, and disrespect will always creep in. And in a situation like this, people don't always consider the good part or easily the bad part that they just hold on to. So it's just best to just leave family separately. But there are there can be exceptions, right?
Yeah.
Depending on how understanding
the situation,
the situation.
So in my own on this matter, the way I see things is I cannot live with somebody that, or let me say, somebody that I cannot speak with, I cannot correct, cannot live with me, right? So I used to tell my husband that all this we don't want families to live with us, you know, it's because we are still young. By the time we begin to get older, we have children, our children have cousins, they come over to stay, you know, maybe a cousin of maybe your sister's child needs somewhere to stay for maybe IT or something. There are exceptions for things like that.
No, the situation is quite different.
It's
I'm
very
talking about
different,
probably
now.
my cousin, your cousins,
but
and all
now
that.
it's just very quite dicey. I don't think.
But
like,
do you know there
as I
are some
said,
marriages that the mother-in-law would come to your home and be like, this is my son's house, I want to stay for like a year. That we even inform you before coming.
No.
Well, it's the dynamic of that family.
Yes.
Because probably the mother-in-law does not have a husband that she's catering for.
Yes.
If she has a man at home, she will not leave her own husband and come and sit down
with another person's husband.
They can come for visits. They can even, you know, stay for a longer period. But once that mother-in-law she has work that she's doing, she has her own priorities at home. Don't forget, she's also a grandmother to so many other, you know, grandchildren. She has other children too. So I don't really think that in this time and age there is that kind of mother-in-law.
I don't think they still do that too.
Do you understand? That will just come and stay, except you can make exceptions. You see, this case is easy to say. When the time for exceptions come, you will not have a choice. If I have a situation whereby I have to take in my how do they call those people in need? Let's say I have a parent in need and there is nobody to cater for. In Nigeria, we don't have care homes, we don't have anything, we don't have
even the ones we have.
Do you understand?
You can't even call them care homes.
Exactly. So if he has that kind of a situation, God forbid, I'm just, you know, saying, and he needs to, you know, look after his mother, take care of his mother in need, why not? Do you understand? If I also do that kind of thing, why not? That's what families are for. As long as that individual that is coming into your home is not coming to make trouble. Do you understand? So as long as they're not coming to make trouble or anything, they are under your care. You are the one deciding that mommy, okay, it's not mommy that is coming to tell you that
why did you give my son 1 minute?
Exactly. So situations like that, no. This place, no toxic zone. Yeah.
Okay.
So
thank you.
You're welcome.
So mention 3 things you like to change in your marriage.
Change.
Just 3 things.
You go first.
No, you go first.
Ladies first.
Change. Okay. I would say we are individuals growing, right? So not particularly change, but there are so many things that I would want to happen to us, you know, positively. Do you understand? It's not like I want to change the situation. If I had the powers to actually change some situations right now, I could. Maybe, you know, there are some things that you may want to do financially. I mean, you just want to do big things in life. If I had like a magic wand or something, and $1 million will appear here now, things like that I would do. Do you understand? Also, what else? I really cannot really place, because I don't like to say I don't know. I don't want my husband to change.
You're change.
Don't change, you.
Do
We
you
don't want
understand?
it to change.
I want him to improve. I don't want
That's the
change
word.
like Coco change. Change is like the person will stop being what they are, and then do you understand? Maybe we can improve on how we communicate more, how we love each other. Maybe we can improve on respect, because my husband is very big on respect.
Very big.
Very big. Yesterday, what did I call yesterday? Was it sour and he was really happy. He was like, you use F for me.
It's in your collar. Like
he was like, I like the way you use F for me or something.
No, not that.
Was it or
No, the thing is, I don't know. I'm very big on respect, and I always reciprocate too. Right? I don't know why, but if I notice somebody that is, especially from the female folks, I don't like disrespect from female folks. I don't know, because I don't know whether if it has the tendency of passing a narrative. So if somebody is younger than me and I know this person is younger, I don't mind calling you Sister Kasira.
so that you can call him.
Marry me, because man tell him for fashion. You understand? So but in marriage, right, when you talk about respect is not brother, sister.
Of course.
The way you talk
to your
right,
partners
intentionally, because marriage is about being intentional, right? So you have to be intentional in respecting someone you called your own. You can't be nice to a stranger and you are being rude to somebody that you say you love, right? So being respectful, you have to be intentional in respecting, in communicating, you understand, in loving people, right? You just have to be intentional. It's not as if it is convenient for you, right? But when you are intentional about it, you just want to do it, right? You will notice that it will become a part of you, right? So that is just it. It's not as if
one more thing I would like to add that I want to improve, not necessarily change, is our relationship with God. I figure out that we are like two busy people. We are always like very, especially me now. My husband is busy, but he's busy is Monday to Friday. He always has time weekend. But you see that weekend, especially when it's time to like, when it's time for service to God and things like that. That's always when I usually have bookings. Like today now, Sunday, I didn't go to church because I had like 2 clients in the studio and all of that. So
will be rejecting it.
I just
when God answer open doors.
So our relationship with God, I don't want us to get carried away about the fact that we are just busy, and then we forget the reason why we are in marriage in the first place. It's God that put us here. Marriage is a institution that was set by God. Do you understand? So so it is important that you don't forget the VC of this institution.
The VC?
Do you understand? Yes, now.
The founder.
Is the vice chancellor. Chancellor? Yeah, chancellor.
Vice chancellor can be replaced.
Okay. What is he? He's the founder.
He's the author and the finisher.
He's
the beginning.
Chief executive officer.
Yeah.
Everything. So
yeah. Mention 3 things you love about your marriage. That you love.
That I love. Number 1, I love this man like this.
It's good to love.
I love my husband very much. That's one thing I like about my marriage. Also, I also like the fact that my marriage gives room for progress. My marriage gives room for success. My husband wants to see me succeed. Do you understand? Like, he pushes me. I can't relate when some people say their husband, that they're just at home, their husband does not support them. I'm like, how do you people marry people like
relate.
this? Yes, like I can't relate. So
And
my
these people,
marriage
they will see
this
Funke
way-
Akindele
I
and they
want
will
to
feel
be
like
like her.
they feel like having a relationship. Why can't you just build the person you are with?
Yes,
So that's
no,
status
they're
of
marrying other women that are doing big things outside and they're not investing in their women. So my husband invests in me a lot. Invest time, money, ideas, everything. There was an idea my husband gave me in my business, my brand this year. And guy, ever since I started implementing that one single idea, like it's not a very big thing like that, or something I didn't think of myself. And to think that in the creative world, in my line of business, he's not even supposed to be knowing things, but it gives me ideas that when I implement them like this, I mean, it has been blown for me ever since I started implementing that one single idea. So I enjoy that a lot about my marriage. I will go out, my husband will know. He will not complain that.
I'm okay the way I am.
So you will not, my marriage is not the kind of marriage that you will go out, you will come back, and you'll be saying that bololo látàárọ̀, mo máa jẹun, dáná ni kíní kan kìí.
Hello, pass on lórí phone.
Yes, when I step out, it's because I want to go and work. Do you understand? Sometimes I will be like, okay, he wants to follow me. Do you understand? No. So that's number one, I love the man. Number two, I love the freedom that comes with the marriage. Do you understand? The freedom in a positive way. It's not like there's room for oshi, go and do whatever
and
you
there's
like.
trust.
Yes. Do you understand? So I love that about my marriage. Maybe you should say the third one. Since you said three, I've mentioned two.
We are very big on communication. So I like that because communication will always bring about understanding. You made mention of trust, but trust does not just come into being, right? Something must have led into you putting your trust in someone. Like you must have seen some things, you must have understood a particular situation. So we talk about aspiration, we communicate about our finances. She knows how much I know how much. If she has a booking today, she's telling me the amount. So now, if she's asking for something and genuinely I don't have the financial capability to help her with it, she understands. I don't need to talk too much because she understands my finances. You understand?
Yeah.
So I like the fact that we communicate and we are being transparent.
Yes.
Sure that's good.
So that is it.
It's doing me like I should ask another question, but there's nothing more to ask. Please, guys, if you have any other question for these two, please just send to me. I will make sure I book another section with them.
No problem.
So thank you so much
You're welcome.
for giving me your time, for the audience, for loving me too, for sharing your love story with us. We appreciate.
I hope we were very insightful.
Very, very. I learned so much, and I know you guys also learned one or two.
Thank you for having us.
I thank you. I want to say you are doing a very good job.
Oh, thank
keep
you,
it up.
sir.
Yes, we are
Kudos
proud
to
of you.
Kudos to me. I'm proud of myself. Thank you so much. I have a very beautiful home. I love all these frames, all these pictures. Because me, I'm a picture person. So when I see fine pictures, I used to admire them.
Thank you.
So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I love you guys.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Make sure you subscribe.
To
make sure you like
and comment.
Make sure you share. Make sure you comment. Make sure you are subscribing.
Thank you.
We must be making money from this.
Yes, so I can come back and do another
Please share this episode and always watch out for all our episodes. They're always very interesting, very insightful. You will learn a lot of life lessons, and also very, very entertaining. Thank you so much, ADEROJU lovers.
See, free advert, just like that. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everybody.